Hi. We're going to do a collective reading. I don't know what that was. Okay. My name's Tabitha. This is Channeled Wellness. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. It's good to see you. Okay. We're going to jump right in. I take this moment to become fully present. I ground myself into the earth beneath me and open my awareness to the wisdom that exists beyond what I can see. I invite only the highest expressions of truth, love, wisdom, and compassion to be present in this space. May every message that comes through serve the highest good of everyone involved. May what is shared bring clarity, healing, empowerment, and peace. I release the need to force, prove, or control anything. I simply become a clear and willing channel. May my intuition remain strong, my discernment remain clear, my heart remain open. I ask that all information received be aligned with truth and offered with integrity, humility, and respect. This space is now dedicated to healing, insight, and the highest good. And so it is. All right, let's get it rock and rolling. We're going to start off with the archetype from the Wild Unknown archetype deck. Okay. Spirit, what's the archetype for today? They're sticking together. See, this is why I be looking at my face. I need like a little, the little thing they have like in the grocery store for the people for the plastic bags, like a little napkin. Ooh, interesting. Okay, we got the box and the flame. Okay. And the way that I'm seeing this is like, this is a top view of this. It's like looking down at the flame. The flame is within the box. Interesting. Let's see. I'm going to pause actually and read these off camera. Give me a sec. Okay, I changed my mind. We're going to read it together. What is my cat doing? Hey, Gumball. Okay. We all live, this is the box. Okay. We all live to some degree within the confines of the box. This archetype represents everything that is known, anticipated, and expected. It holds us in place while simultaneously holding us back from our greatest visions. The box is sneaky, insidious, and everywhere. It limiting us at the most unconscious levels. It is built layer upon layer of social construct and pressures. Breaking through its confines requires awareness, continued effort, and bravery. The box may appear as expectations from parents, a well paying but heartless job, the pressure to look or behave like others, or simply to stay small. There is the box around you now, and it's made of some type of confining thought. What is it? The box shifts and morphs as we grow. This is part of its multi layered nature. Once you break through one layer, another will present itself to keep you. I was about to say to keep you quiet. That's not even on here, like on this page at all. It says, keep going, break through. An exquisite life requires it. Something wants to keep you quiet. And that's what I was getting to. Like, as I'm trying to sit down and do the reading, and people keep calling my phone, it's just so many distractions. There's lots of, and I'm sure y'all probably heard, I don't know if y'all could hear it with the microphone, but my phone was actually, and it's ringing again, literally. Can y'all hear it? Okay. They keep calling me. Actually, give me a second because I gotta take this. Looking at this, actually, I have to leave. And see, this is what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna leave go take care of what I need to take care of. But we're going to come back and we are going to discuss the flame. All right. I'm not done here. Coming back for you. No, just not like that. But I'll see you in a few. Well, a couple seconds for you, a few minutes for me. Okay. We're going to pick up where we left off with the flame. In Sanskrit, the word for fire is Agni. Agni, Agni. Actually, let's take a deep breath together because I feel like it's needed. Okay? Because the distractions are very real for this collective. Okay? I feel like you might even be having trouble listening to this video. Like you might have to stop it and keep coming back to it or something like that because the distractions are just so real. So let's take a moment. Let's pause. Okay? Take a deep breath in with me to the count of 4. 1. Hold it. Breathe out. Hold it. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. Okay. That method of breathing in 4s. Yeah, I can't count while I do that, but that method of breathing to a count of 4, inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4, is called box breathing. I really feel like this could be very helpful for you. Okay. Especially if you're dealing with a lot of distractions or if life is just very busy for you and it's hard for you to like slow down, because that's really the feeling that I get with this collective. It's coming back to this box energy of being like really boxed in by your reality. It's like every time you try to do something here, you try to like, you know, I don't know. It's like every time you try to draw outside the lines, you might feel like your reality comes back and you hit a hard edge. Does that make sense? It's like running into a wall. Every time you try to like you're like, "No, but I want to make a circle so bad." You're trying to run in a circle. I don't know, because running in circles is not necessarily a good thing either. But cycles can be good, right? Cycles can be, bad. Not bad, but cycles can be things that we need to evolve out of. But cycles can also be good things, right? So when you think about like the cycle of a bad habit versus a good habit, which I don't know if I really like the terms good and bad, right? But if you're in a cycle of smoking and you want to move into a cycle of, healthiness, eating healthy food, like that's a good cycle. That's a lifestyle. That's a good cycle to be in. Maybe your goal is to meal prep so that you don't have to think about what it is that you're going to have to prepare as far as food, throughout your week. That's a good cycle to get into. But it's like every time you want to create a cycle or some sort of routine here for yourself, thank you, Spirit, for the words. Every time you try to create this routine, I feel like you run into another wall. You hit another hard edge. There's another side to the square. Every time you try to round things out, it's like, nope, you can't go outside of this line. And I think that is kind of the obstacles that you're running into with these distractions. I'm telling y'all, let me clear. It's so real. I swear, y'all, the Matrix is trying to hold on to y'all. They don't want y'all knowing this information. There are codes. When I speak to you, when we have these conversations, you are receiving codes within your spirit, within your subconscious, within the unseen. If you saw my last reading, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't see the last reading, maybe you need to go back and look at it. Okay, because I feel like this is the same collective coming through again. The Matrix does not want you to break free. The Matrix has you caught up in. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? And y'all better not say nothing about me making noises when I bend over either. Because, yes, I'm aging. I'm aging gracefully. Thank you. But graceful aging includes making noises when you bend over. Okay, it comes with a soundtrack. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyway, that was a little cleansing for you. Let's clear things. Let's get back into the energy. Okay? The Matrix is trying to keep you boxed in, basically. That's the energy, right? But you have this flame. The flame is within you. Okay? And this is you at the center of the box. Okay? In the last video, or well, first part of this reading, I was talking about how this looks like a top down view of the flame. Okay. All right, let's try this again. In Sanskrit, the word for fire is Agni. The ancient yogis saw this flame at the center of the abdomen and believed it to be responsible for our vitality. When it is lit, we are connected to our purpose and sense that life is a sacred gift. It is said that those who cannot see the sacred around them have let their inner flame go out. Think of this card as a call to reignite that fire, to cup your hands gently around the things you've forgotten and protect the flame, no matter how harshly. See, that's that bull. No matter how harshly the winds around you blow. It could be an inner archetype that begs you to light its wick. It is likely that the poet, the mystic, or the shaman would call to you with the language of the flame. Okay. I feel like the flame within you is already lit. I feel like it's the reason. Y'all know I be fighting real demons on here. I just want y'all to know that. All right. I don't know who you are, what you're doing, okay? But whatever you are that's trying to keep this message from getting out, you will not prevail. All right. You have sent every obstacle and distraction my way, and you keep trying to make me yawn, even though I'm not tired, to get through these messages. You don't want these people having these messages, and they are aware and they will be awakened. The codes will be received. Okay? We proclaim our sovereignty. We do not choose to opt into the programming. I'm hearing that song, Deliver Us to the Promised Land. Deliver us. That's the Prince of Egypt. It's the story of Moses. Okay. That song, they were singing Deliver Us when they were slaves. Ooh, spirit, come on, come through. They were singing that song when they were slaves and they were working for the Pharaoh and they were being worked down to the bone. Okay. They were pleading for their freedom. That's what that song is. Deliver us. Oof. They were calling on God to eradicate the box that they found themselves in. Oh, Archangel Michael coming through very strongly. Okay. Archangel Michael is helping you to guard the flame within you at this time. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, where are we going with this reading? I had intentions on not making this reading too long. It's already longer than I thought it would be. The letter E is significant. Could be an initial. Okay. Okay. The letter M coming out. The word me. Also, this letter E is reminding me that I just watched this movie called Everything Everywhere All at Once. 11:11 on the timer. This movie, y'all, that movie was phenomenal. And I know it's not like a new movie, it's an older movie. Not super old, but you know what I mean. It's been out for a while. And my spirit guides have been channeling the name of this movie to me for about a year. And then it popped up on YouTube. And today I finally watched it. They were like, "We've been telling you to watch this for a year." Literally, like, sit down and watch it. And y'all, I was blown away at the movie. Like, it's such a spiritual movie. It was so good. Okay, the thing of the movie, like the premise of the movie, it's about this lady who is very boxed in by her life, right? She thinks that her life is all there is. She's freaking miserable. You know, they have this thing going on with the tax people, and she runs a laundromat, and she's always busy, and she never slows down. And she's miserable with her life, but she feels very boxed in, very confined. Okay. And then all of a sudden, another version of her husband from a different universe taps into her husband's body with his consciousness and helps her to tap into her consciousness to like travel through universes. When I tell you that it just opens you up to a new level of thinking, okay? Me. There was a focus on her. She was like, "Me? Really? I'm the one that you picked for for this?" And it was, the movie was almost kind of comical too. There were comical aspects to it, which I guess there had to be some type of comic relief because this movie was intense. But it's that energy, it's almost the energy of being kind of self-centered or not being self-centered enough. Like me, yeah, that's it. It's not being self focused enough, not being self centered enough, not being confident enough, right? In this flame that you have, this flame is your vitality, your willpower. Okay, you have to have confidence in it in order to use this willpower to break out of the box, right? If you don't believe you can, then you never will. Confidence is the name of the game. Thank you, Spirit. Mm. Hmm. Fall. Wonder. Hmm. I think that library at the bottom of the deck. Okay. I think that sometimes, right? It feels like you're taking like a fall from grace. sometimes taking that fall from grace is exactly what puts you into this state of awe. The state of awe and wonder. It's like, how do I explain it? It's like not busting out of the box, but like falling out. Like instead of going out this way, like falling through the bottom. Does that make sense? Like completely leaving this plane of existence altogether. If this is the box, you're like down here somewhere. And it feels like a fall, right? But when you fall, you get back up. And sometimes in that getting back up, you can encounter things that inspire so much awe within you, because in taking that fall and losing these expectations, we've been dealing so heavy with expectations. And as a matter of fact, we're going to look up the definition of expectations. But what I want to say is that when you have these expectations on you and you take a fall, you you don't know what you don't know. Like you don't know what else is at work in your situation. Does that make sense? Like, let me give an example. An example is like I'm trying to get somewhere and I'm rushing and I'm going do 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 do, and then something happens, right? I catch a flat tire, find some wood to knock on. I can't get where it is that I need to go on time. And I'm beating myself up for being late, for not paying attention to the fact that the tire was already low before I left the house. Like I knew I should have put air in it, but I didn't. And now I'm stuck on the side of the road, right? It seems like it's a fall from grace because there's already been a lot of pressure on me because I'm always running late and da 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 da, and all the thoughts and all the things and all the anxiety and all the pressure and the expectations, right? But then out of nowhere, a random guy stops and changes my tire for me. Okay. This is a literal situation that's happened to me before. Maybe you have a conversation with the guy. Maybe that opens a whole new avenue for you that you never would have had you not gotten a flat tire and been on side the road. It's like you take a fall from what it is that you expect, but in doing so, it opens up this realm of possibility. That's exactly what, oh my God, thank you, Spirit. Everything, everywhere, all at once. The jump points, okay? In order for them to jump between realities, to jump between universes, they had to do something unexpected. Why? Because doing something unexpected manifests the unexpected. Okay? It's God works in the gray areas, in the miracles, in the miracles happen in the midst of I don't know what the hell is going on. You know what I mean? It takes that fall sometimes because we be so busy with our day-to-day lives and we be so like locked in. Got to keep the schedule, got to keep going to work, got to keep paying these bills, got to make sure we keep the kids in school and da 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 da. And Monday is this, and Tuesday is that, and Wednesday is that, Thursday, Friday. Okay, Saturday might be something different. Saturday we're gonna relax. No, Saturday we're gonna take a trip and go to the beach, and we're gonna do this, 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 and that. And I gotta make sure I got this, 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 and that. And we be so caught up in it and so locked in to the grind. You know what I mean? But sometimes you got to slow down. You got to slow down. That's what they mean when they say stop and smell the roses. Because if you never stop, you'll never notice. And if you ever read the book, The Color Purple, my favorite line out of that book is when they talk about the color purple being mad that you could just walk past it and not notice it. Like, how could you not notice the color purple in all its wonder? The audacity of you to try and walk past this color and not notice it. Like, there's so much creation here around you. It's so beautiful. Beautiful moments. That's what I feel like is tending to this flame. Archangel Michael. That's how Michael's showing up for you in other people, in beautiful moments, in animals, in the earth, in things working out just right. Yeah. This is good. Okay, an expectation is a strong belief or mental anticipation that something will happen, be achieved, or turn out a certain way. They are formed from our personal experiences, family upbringing, and societal norms. While essential for planning, they can cause disappointment if reality falls short. That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, it can cause disappointment if your reality doesn't work out the way that you think it's supposed to, right? Because that's your schedule and that's what it is. And we are human and we're afraid of change. We're afraid of change. Most of us are, right? But if we can embrace the change, if we can embrace the things that fall short of our expectations, because in my experience, when things fall short of my expectations, it exceeds my expectations in another way. So, yeah. Library. And I feel like the library here is the library of your experiences. But you have to understand that just because you haven't experienced something yet does not mean that you can't experience it, right? And when we stay confined in this box, we're pulling from the expectations that we have based off of the library that we have of our experiences, right? But what if we tapped into the Akashic Library instead, right? The Akashic Library holds every past life, every potentiality, everything. What if we tapped into that library instead and remained in this perpetual state of grace and awe and wonder? What would that be like? Hmm. Anything else, Spirit? Ooh. Meeting vulnerability. Come on, Spirit. The letter R could be significant. REM, REM. What's REM? That's the acronym for something, isn't it? Hold on, let me see. What does REM stand for? REM was an American rock band formed in Athens, Georgia in 1980. Okay, any of these things could be significant. At Athens, Georgia, 1980. The names Bill, Peter, Mike could also be significant. Okay, REM stands for rapid eye movement. I knew it from something health wise or some. I thought it was a computer term. I recognize it from something, baby. REM is the well known as an abbreviation for rapid eye movement. It is the dream stage of sleep. However, sleep researcher Raphael Paleo reports that when his colleague William Dement, the sleep scientist who coined the term REM, reached out to the band, he was told that the band was not named after REM sleep. Interesting. So, what does the band stand for? I want to know now. Y'all just said that that's not what that means, and now they saying that that's what that means. And see what I'm saying? Literally, I look it up now, and now it's saying the name of the iconic American alternative rock band Rim refers to rapid eye movement. But literally, I just read that that's not what that refers to. So, this is the nature of the box. That's the nature of the box. It keeps you confined, it keeps you dealing with the same things. It's like it makes it hard to um see it, like hard to see the truth, right? Because if you really knew the truth, you would be free from the box, right? If you really knew how powerful of a manifester that you are, and the fact that you don't have to stay in the box, you'd be free from it. If you knew that you could meet your vulnerability. Thank you, Spirit. If you knew that you could meet yourself where you are in your vulnerabilities, and that it would skyrocket you into this place of remembrance, okay? What would that mean for the matrix itself, right? Current match. Mm-hmm. Because this would light this flame, first of all, not just within you, but within all of us, within the collective. This flame would be lit. It would turn into a wildfire. They wouldn't be able to stop it, because at that point it becomes a current within the collective, like a current of energy, of divine will being enacted. Yeah. Wow. Confirmation. Anything else? Missed. Hmm. That's why they keep it foggy. 2727. That's why they keep it foggy. That's why they make it hard to see, right? And I know it's like like who is the actual they? But like, why is it so difficult for humans to recognize that where their attention goes, their energy flows? And as above, so below, as without, so within. Okay, why is it so hard for people to understand the law of correspondence? Why is that? Surely it's because we have this foolish idea that we're separate beings, that we're separate from one another. But also, there are people who benefit from us believing that we're powerless, that the world is too big and it's too much to change things, that you don't really have a shot at it anyway, so why are you even trying? You know, focus on these bills. Focus on these bills. You need to pay this with this made up money in this made up society. You need to focus on this stuff. And I'm not saying for anybody to go and walk away from, I'm not advocating for you to walk away from your life. That's not my intention here. That's not my business. That's not my choice. That's your choice if that's something that you decide to do. Okay? I'm not saying to walk away from society, but what I'm saying is that there are points, inflection points, Spirit is saying, where you can reclaim your sovereignty in many ways. And I know, like, I have conversations with people in my life a lot of times because I do things that it doesn't make sense to them, right? A lot of the things that I do don't make sense to them. But, like, Spirit, you want me to share that? They say yes. Okay, so I have this thing, especially with the. I can't believe Spirit's making me say this, especially with the school. Okay, one of my daughters is a bit hyperactive, and when if I told you that I talk to the school every couple of days, I would be lying. I talk to the school literally every day for her. And it's fine because she is, you know, it is what it is. Okay. But I have a rule. I don't wear a bra before 10 a.m. So if I have to go up there before 10 a.m., they're going to see me in full throttle. And it just is what it is. Because no, I don't have to wear a bra just because society say that I have to wear a bra. And like, yeah, I'm heavy chested, but no. Before 10 a.m. it's my time. And if you invading on my time, then you gonna invade on my time on my terms. You know? And I have people in my life that don't understand why I do things like that, or why are you so comfortable walking out the house like that? Because every other woman on this planet has a chest, just like I do. Are we so immature that we really can't walk out how we want to walk? It's like, no. And as there's something to say for being presentable and giving a doggone about yourself, of course. I'm not saying be completely unpresentable or, go about things, whatever, whatever. But at the same time, no. Some of the things that we do just don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with that? Like, all of us have body parts. Some of us have bigger body parts than other people. But, you know, the thing that would stop me is if I cared what other people thought of me. And I'm not going to say that I've evolved past that, but Spears had me deal with that wound a lot. A lot. For me to be up here talking to y'all and telling y'all that I'm a medium and that I read tarot and all these things, Spirit's been dealing with me a lot on that. So, yeah, there are ways that I reclaim my sovereignty in my life. Now, am I willing to just say, F it, we ball out and just, walk fully away from my job and woo, 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 woo? No, I'm not willing to do that. That's not right for me at this time. Excuse me, confirmation. That's not right for me at this time. But there will be a day when it becomes the right thing for me to do. And at that time, I'm going to take that step. You know, it's about doing what you're comfortable with in your life. You're your own being, right? But the thing of it is don't allow the box to dictate, and not me picking up the card that says the king. You see what I'm saying? Don't allow them to dictate the way that you maneuver your life. Like, there's certain things, like, yeah, sure, certain things make sense, but other things don't. And if it don't make sense, don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. But yeah, I feel like just embrace yourself for who you are. Yeah. Rapid eye movement, this dreamlike state. I feel like it's about tending to the flame, has to do with paying attention to your dreams, right? And I'm not saying your dreams when you go to like bed at night, like, yes, those dreams, but also like your dreams, your aspirations, your goals. What are they, right? What can you do to achieve them? Like, what small steps can you take that will compound and put you further down the path that you want to go down? What is your willpower telling you? You have all this willpower. How will you wield it? Yeah. I think that's what Spirit's talking to you about at this time. So, just questions for you to ask yourself. I feel like this is really just a time of reevaluating what we do, how we do it, why we do it, you know, and where are we headed? Because surely, one thing for certain, two things for sure, baby. We were not put here. The chances of us being here, I'm just going to throw this little stat out again. The chances of any single one of us, the conditions being perfectly right for any single one of us to be here is like 4 trillion to 1. We're not here just to freaking go to a 9 to 5 and pay bills. That's not life, you know? I want to be alive, not just living. Yeah. I'm so curious. Tell me in the comments, what does it mean to you to be alive and not just living? What is that experience? What is that like for you? Anyway, I thought this would be a short one. It's turned out to be pretty long winded. So, as always, I thank you so much for joining me on this exploration, this journey going down these meandering pathways of our consciousness. Okay, what is yours returns to you. What is mine remains with me. May what has been revealed be met with clarity. With gratitude, I now bring this session to a close. Thank you for every insight, every lesson, and every moment of connection that served the highest good. I now lovingly release every energy, emotion, message, and connection that does not belong to me. May all energy return peacefully and completely to its own rightful source, carrying only love, wisdom, and blessing. I call all of my own energy back to me from every person, place, conversation, timeline, expectation, or experience. I welcome it home, cleansed, restored, and whole. I release any energy that is not mine to carry. I'm fully present in my own body, my own life, and my own path. The session is now complete. The connection is now closed. My energy is my own. I leave this space grounded, clear, peaceful, and restored. And so it is. As always, please remember to have a wonderful day, night, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are on purpose.